Hiya Hinsters, welcome back to the channel, and if you're new, welcome too. Do give my video a thumbs up if you enjoy, and please subscribe if you want to support me and my channel. So I'm making this wee video to talk about Chiron's retrograde in the cardinal fire sign Aries, and this is a long retrograde lasting from July 20th roughly to December 24th roughly 2022. Now, first things first, I already made a video on Chiron rising, so you can check out that in the description below for a background to Chiron and a better idea of the deity. A retrograde is when a planet or body appears to be moving backwards, and it's a reversal or a going within that occurs for the planet or the body, changing the way it engages with the themes of the house it is occurring in. Now, I will say that this retrograde is most significant for Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn rising, and also for native Chiron rising people or Chiron in the first house people, but it may still present some Chironic experiences for you regardless of which house it is transiting. As well as this, we do have to pay attention to where Mars was when Chiron stationed to retrograde, because Mars rules Aries, the sign that Chiron is in, and the answer to that is that Mars was in Taurus at the time, and Taurus is the detriment of Mars, and I made a video on Mars in Taurus as well, so do check that out please for more on that transit, which is ongoing. And I do expect here then that, again, especially for the 5 rising signs I just mentioned, Chiron will present some interesting turning point, even a point of big sacrifice for some people. This is Chiron in Aries, in a fire sign whose rule is challenged by detriment, and also at the tail end of Cancer season. It's Leo season right now, but the retrograde of Chiron occurred at the very end of Cancer season. Yet, interestingly, Jupiter is co-present in Aries at the time, and this is a recipe, I think, for big impulse to fight back, in some cases to give things up, to attack. This is in a tiger year as well, please remember, and astrologers don't actually always mention that Chiron was also associated with war strategy and wasn't a simple feeble, wounded healer. And we can't forget that Chiron is one of the Centaurian signs, what I call the Centaurian signs. So signs like Pisces, Sagittarius, Jupiter, and Jupiter and Chiron, the Centaurian sort of signs, giving way then to more animalistic spirit. And this is more than we recognize sometimes with Chiron. And I'm reading that this transit can bring some massive back strategizing for people, and it can bring in some haughty reconsideration. Chiron, half a horse, remember. By the way, Rihanna is an Aries rising, Pisces sun, and she just comes to mind with this transit. I don't know why, but she comes to mind, and I think it will bring some spurt of confident self-growth and self-help for some of us, and an unapologetic energy that decides it's had enough and decides also to take the key. Chiron rules keys as well, to take the key, and it's been, you know, the key that it's been given, and to unlock something because it's had enough. And also the thing it's unlocking is like a grand healing door in many cases. Okay, so anyway, I'll start with the angular risings, as I think they'll be the most affected by Chiron during this transit, this retrograde. If you're Aries rising, then this is in the realm of your body, your health, your spirit, and you as an actual being. Chiron is related to things like teaching and healing, so I wouldn't be surprised if some of you go back to some occupation or some obsession that returns to this idea of teaching or healing in some way. Now, a recent injury may have now got you sort of reconsidering how you'll be moving forward and where you'll fire those arrows of your Sagittarius is the constellation that Chiron was immortalized as. So if it weren't for Chiron, we wouldn't even have Sagittarius. For Cancer rising, then, though, this is in the realm of your career, your calling, your reputation, and somewhat similarly to Aries rising, you may have been witnessed as sort of recently hurt or wounded somehow, but are now beginning to pivot. And unlike with Aries rising, it might be for you, Cancer rising, more noticeable and include more grand actions on your part, because this is the 10th house. This is the house of praxis, the house of big actions. It's also an angular house, as I mentioned before, so very hard for this not to affect you as a transit. In terms of your career, then, yes, you might find yourself changing direction or planning to, so look out for that, Cancer rising. Libra rising, then, this is in the realm of your partner, of other people, of commitments. So do look out for partners, past and present. It doesn't have to be romantic or marriage partners. It can be business partners as well, people you have collaborated with. Look out for them revisiting you in some way with these chironic themes or lessons. The retrogrades often include something reappearing or something being revisited, quite often in the form of a person. Now, if you are considering to settle with someone brand new, or to find someone, you're trying to find someone, right, that you want to settle with during this transit, please ensure, Libra rising, that they are not using the relationship as a healing journey after which they leave the commitment. So make sure you are not being led rabbit hole. For Capricorn rising, then, this is in the realm of your house and home, your past, your roots, and the deepest unconscious. So look out for the desire, for example, to sacrifice for family. Chiron is associated with sacrifice for the family. Look out for like an old teacher or a guide from the past who again is revisiting during this time. Either a person you already know or a new person who carries that chironic signature, that theme, that lesson from your past. Now, let's look at the other houses. So if this is in your second house, then that makes you a Pisces rising, and there could be some re-strategizing when it comes to money and all forms of input. If it's in your third house, you're an Aquarius rising, and this is in the realm of siblings and competition. If it's in your fifth house, you're a Sagittarius rising, and so this is in the realm of children and risk-taking and pleasure and casual dating. For the sixth house, this is Scorpio rising, and this might highlight themes pertaining to your health, and also learned people who can provide you some sort of service. For the eighth house, this makes you a Virgo rising, and Chiron may highlight themes of things being owed to you, or other people's secrets, or sharing things with others as well. For the ninth house, this is Leo rising, and some important teacher type figure may reappear or appear in your life. Something may be given up for the sake of education or a higher belief of yours. For the 11th house, then, that's Gemini rising, and so this is the realm of your friends, Gemini, and also it's the realm of wishes granted and good blessings rained down on you from the gods above. And I'm very happy for you, actually, overall, Gemini rising. I think this is good. And anyway, finally, if this is in your 12th house, that makes you a Taurus rising. So if this transit is affecting you, it is in the realm of isolation, in the realm of loss, in the realm of being abroad, in the realm of dreams and states of highness and all that 12th house jazz. And I feel also that there's a lot that Taurus rising can learn right now by being alone during this time, especially with Jupiter also being in the 12th house. That's some big lesson energy potential there. Anyway, that'll be that for today. I hope you enjoyed, and do leave me a comment to let me know where you have Chiron in your birth chart, and let's talk about it. I do respond to all my comments, and I love you very much. Hinsters, please check the description box below for information on readings with me or for inquiries. And also it's Leo season right now, so you can get 50% off a reading with me if you are a Leo rising or Leo sun. All you have to do is to book your reading anytime during Leo season. The reading date itself, the appointment doesn't have to be in Leo season, but you do have to book during Leo season to get that little cheeky discount. Anyway, see you later. I'm wishing you a lovely day, night, wherever you are, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Mwah. Bye-bye.